want to give people. Let's get
It's kind of
started.
we're gonna have to proceed as a committee of the whole since there's two members
Exactly.
here.
So we don't have a
So
quorum,
we don't have a quorum, we won't be able to do any action items.
right? So
Which
that's
really are
pretty
the
much
notes
the
from
minutes.
July that I can bring back in November, so.
So do we need to? Well, no, we can't take an action on the committee of the whole because we don't have. So I'm going
we can
to
agree
claim
to
this to be a meeting of the committee of the whole as a whole. Is that
correct? Yes.
And we shall proceed, but we can't take any action items. And that's pretty much the meeting notes, so. I guess we can start with introductions. My name is Stephen Schmitz. I'm chair of the Paratransit Coordinating Meeting Committee.
I'm Kathleen Cortez, Area Agency on Aging.
I'm Christina Law. I'm a dumb blind lady out of Santa Rosa who uses city and county and actually also Sonoma Marin Paratransit.
Catherine, you want to go?
Catherine Stubbs, SETA.
Chris Varney, SETA.
Drew Nichols, SCTA.
And then online, you just pipe in. Great.
Ross Clendon, SCTA.
Maria Arce, Petaluma Transit, and I handle paratransit as well as marketing and outreach.
John Gaffney, ADA Compliance and Program Manager for the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District.
And others online? That haven't introduced themselves yet? Looks like there's a couple more folks.
Well, if you want, sure. I'm Lee. I'm a whatever it's called. I'm Lee Spitzer. I'm a client. That's the word. I was the candidate. I'm a client, and I use the Santa Rosa and Sonoma County Paratransits, or whatever you said it was called instead. Volunteer Wheels.
Okay,
There you go.
paratransit. And then I heard Yuri on there earlier, right? Yuri? Well, Yuri Kozlin, I heard him earlier, so
They're muted.
they're muted, okay. Anybody else want to introduce themselves? Okay, well then let's continue on to item number 2, which is public comment. Public comments on items not on the regular agenda can be made by any person via Zoom. If you want to make a comment via Zoom, please use the raise hand feature. Anybody in attendance here in the room want to make a public comment not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none in the room. Anybody online, if you'd like to make a comment, use the raise hand feature. I haven't seen any raised hands yet. Okay, then we'll just continue on to item number 3, which we actually need to postpone until the next meeting because we do not have a quorum. So I will move along to item number 4, roundtable updates. And we'll start with paratransit operators. Let's start with you.
I'm not a transit.
Well, we can also start if you're a mobility partner. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm Area Agency on Aging, and not too much going on transportation wise, other than our we have an Older Americans Act, which is how we fund our volunteer driver programs. Those contracts are coming to an end on June 30th. So we're going to be doing a new round of funding and RFP that's coming out in October. So we'll be soliciting for new transportation providers and opening up bids. So anyone who's interested can register through the county portal, purchasing portal to receive the RFP.
It's September. How can it be happening in June when it's now September?
Well, this is government, so we have to issue an RFP and then it takes a while for people to send in proposals and then we have to evaluate the proposals and then come next year, July 1st is our fiscal year start. So that's when all the new contracts start. That's how it works. Yeah. And that's it for me.
Hey, It looks like I'm the only other person in the room that can provide an update. I'll provide an update for Sonoma County Transit, Sonoma County Paratransit. And we just had schedule changes mid-August, August 13th. We added several trips on several of our routes, including the reintroduction of a lot of our express trips, which were on hold since the pandemic. So that's been nice. And we are also focusing on special school commute trips. We work with local schools in Rohnert Park and Sonoma State University to tailor a trip from the Sonoma Valley area that didn't require transfers. And so it's a relatively fast trip from Sonoma Valley, and it's been received very well. And so consequently, we're seeing our ridership continue to increase since the pandemic. So that's good to see on both the fixed route and the paratransit side. We had a change in our leadership on paratransit for Volunteer Wheels. April Pearson, most of you probably know, has moved to the East Coast, and Lindsay, I can't pronounce her last name, I'm sorry. Does anybody know how to say that? Dua? Lindsay Dua. Lindsay, are you online? I thought I heard her earlier. Lindsay Dua, that's what I'm gonna say. She's gonna step into the executive director position, and we're real happy with that. We think it'll be kind of a seamless transition, and she's worked with Volunteer Wheels in April for a long time. So we're happy to have her on board in that role. We've got a few more electric buses on the way, probably going to be here sometime, maybe by the end of next month, from BYD, some 35-footers. These will be our first 35-foot electric vehicles, which will be deployed on some of our local routes and some of our shorter intercity routes. So that'll bring our electric fleet up to 6. And then we've got another 3 following year, I think 3 more 35-footers. So we're creeping our way up with our electric fleet. And a lot of you probably already know about the Proterra situation and the bankruptcy. So we're going to see how that plays out. We should find out more information by the end of October about how that's going to play out. But we don't know. That would have, if we continue with Proterra, that would be our first fleet of 40-foot electric vehicles. That's all I've got for Sonoma County Transit. Maria, I see you on the line there for Petaluma Transit.
Hello, sorry, couldn't be there in person. Yes, Maria from Petaluma Transit. So just a few quick updates. We do have a job opening, just putting that out there for a senior planner position, looking to fill that vacancy that is on the City of Petaluma's website. Our school has started, and our school tripper routes are just doing really well. We have a lot of students who are now using the service that hadn't before because of our the Youth Ride Free program. So it's really exciting to see tons and tons and tons of students out there on our vehicles. As some of you know, I'm fairly new to the position, started in May. And so what's been nice is now that I'm on staff, I'm able to start doing more travel training and outreach events. So it was recently the Petaluma Senior Center offering information, trying to really get out there and share all the amazing routes we have, not just Petaluma Transit, but Sonoma County, Golden Gate, SMART, even Amtrak, whoever wants, if there's a place you want to go, I'm going to share how to get there. We did have our first meeting of our microtransit ad hoc. So we had talked about microtransit in the past. Petaluma Transit is on schedule to start a microtransit pilot. So we formed an ad hoc committee, and excited to have folks from all different areas of Petaluma represented, giving us input on where that first pilot should be. Our second meeting is actually this week. So hoping to get closer, dialed in on a timeline for that. And then this is not my update, but I was instructed to give it. So SMART, Emily Betts is not in the room, but had said that, so they have a microtransit program for the airport. and Smart, but on the weekends, it also offers service to all the wineries. And this is a really neat opportunity because this is a wheelchair accessible vehicle. So I think tourism for folks with limited mobility can be tricky. And so I love that Smart's using their microtransit service and kind of branching out for that as well. I also talked to Marin Transit and they said they're looking at how they can expand tourism for ADA accessible vehicles. So exciting stuff for sure.
Okay, thanks a bunch, Maria. And thanks for making that announcement on behalf of Smart. I think Yuri, you're on the,
Can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Great, thank you. Yeah, Yuri with Santa Rosa City Bus. Sorry I can't be there in person today. Some of our updates would include, for the month of August, we had 32,000 trips by youth on our fixed route. So that was kind of building off of what Maria was saying. It's really exciting to see all the youth continue to use the service and to collaborate with Sonoma County and Petaluma to have youth ride free in the entire county. Some of the other updates, the biggest change that's going on right now is that we're changing our automatic vehicle location provider. And so right now we're dealing with some frustrated riders and that they're not getting the real-time information as we switch that system up. So we're going to be going with synchromatics being installed on all our vehicles. And so we expect to have that system up and running after October 5th. So there's been a lot of progress that's been made to date that we believe we'll be able to meet that target date. Trying to think if there's any other critical pieces. I think those are the two big, the two newest pieces I believe that we have. With that, I'll let somebody else go.
Okay, thanks, Yuri. Any other paratransit operators or mobility partners that are on the Zoom call that would like to make a report?
I can give a quick update. Real quick, the district, as far as Golden Gate goes, we're at about 50% of our ridership on both the ferry and bus as pre-pandemic. The bridge traffic is up to about 85-90% though. So at least there's that, though we've definitely seen a shift to weekend service as opposed to commute service. And our paratransit is hovering at about, well, the local for Marin is about 60, whereas the intercounty is about 40% of our pre-pandemic.
Okay, thanks, John. Anybody else on the Zoom call, or I think we covered everybody in the room here. Then I think we're gonna go for the quickest TPCC meeting. And
yeah, Mr. Chair, I may suggest polling the group to see if there are any topics that the group would be interested in hearing over the next 6 months or year.
Yeah.
So maybe so we can line some of those up.
Yeah,
if there's interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do that through staff. Yeah. Sorry. Let's go on to other business comments or announcements. Anybody on the Zoom call or in the room? Holy moly. Okay, well then, let's adjourn the meeting at 1:46. I think that's a record.
Wow.
Thanks, everybody.
It was short but sweet.
Yeah,
Wow,
it was a limited agenda this time.
what the heck am I gonna do for an hour while I wait for paratransit?
Oh, no.
Your appointment.
Can I give